Hey, endmusers, what is going on? This is Lance Muser at Endmuser Gaming, and welcome to episode 1 of the Endmuser Gaming Podcast. We thought doing a podcast maybe would be kind of cool. I've done podcasts in the past, and we post on YouTube, obviously. We have periods of time where we post here and there. We have periods of time where there's a little bit of a break in our posting, and we were thinking, podcasting, all we need is the audio. We don't need video. We don't need B-roll necessarily. So we thought it'd be fun maybe to try to do a weekly, maybe bi-weekly podcast, just talking about gaming, what's going on in the news, what we're playing, things like that, things we talk about on the YouTube channel. Not super long. We're not talking probably like an hour-long podcast. We're talking 10 to 20 minutes maybe of an episode, maybe once every week, once every 2 weeks, just to kind of have a conversation and be able to talk to you guys, be able to talk in the Discord about what we're talking about, what games we're playing, what games you're playing, just kind of a way for us to communicate and talk back and forth outside of the Discord and more on a content, front. So with that said, this is episode 1 of Endmuser Gaming Podcast. And today we've got kind of, this is more of an intro episode. We do have some stuff we wanted to talk about and things that we've been playing, things I've been playing. I wanted to get your thoughts on different things in the news. Obviously, we're going to talk about Destiny 2, the final shape. Diablo 4 is in there. Just some different things. We had the Xbox Game Showcase, something we wanted to hit on a little bit. So with that said, let's jump right in. If you're not in our Discord, definitely jump in our Discord. It is all the above. This is the gaming podcast, but we've got collecting. We've got movies, TV, anything like that, music. Just a place for us all to come together in the Discord, just kind of chat about whatever. And we like to keep it positive in there and have a good time. So jump in the Discord. The description will have all the links. You can go to endmuser.com, and that will actually send you to our link tree. That's got our YouTube channels, our Discord, and our Patreon, things like that. So definitely hit up endmuser.com. You can also email us at endmuser, ENDMUSER, @gmail.com for questions. It'd be fun to have some questions on here, some things from the audience as well. So with that said, let's jump right in. This is the Endmuser Gaming Podcast. As we said, we're going to talk all things games and things like that on this podcast. It's a hobby of mine and my family's. So Destiny 2, the final shape. I've got a long history with Destiny 2, as some of you may know. Did a podcast with my buddy Cyborg for 4 years on Destiny Reset, and still play the game. A couple seasons I was in and out here and there over the last year or two. One, I maybe didn't play the entirety of one season. Possibly. I can't remember for sure if I jumped in or not, but Destiny's always been one of my favorite games. I've played it since the alpha, and it's always top of the list for me, always up there. I have had periods of time where, in the last couple of years where kind of obviously sprinkled in other things throughout, but Destiny's just always been up there for me. Now, fast forwarding to the final shape. Apparently they've done quite well with the final shape. I'm playing it with my son. My daughter's not quite playing it yet, but we're having a good time. There's plenty of content there. We're still trying to work through the final shape content, and we've got quite a bit to go before we even get caught up on the episodes. But just kind of like an overall thought on the final shape. If you've been, keeping in touch with the feeds at all, that the reception has been quite well received, and really quite a high score right now in the review process. We know from user reviews, if they happen to stumble a little bit, those can get bombed pretty quick, which is a topic in and all itself. But anyways, the final shape, we're having a good time. The reception seems to be great. It is excellent content. We did finish the campaign. I did like the campaign. I think I'm trying to think about how much spoiler-wise we want to get into. Maybe we won't get too crazy into spoilers. I'll just say I enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. I like what they did with it. I think it was a good, somewhat wrap up for the 10-year saga that we've been on at this point. Maybe at some point we can get into more details after it's been out for a bit, but overall I enjoyed it. I could see, where maybe some things weren't mentioned that was interesting, and you would have thought we would have heard something. We've been talking in the Discord about it. We've got a spoiler channel in there, but overall, I mean, I think it was a pretty awesome conclusion to a 10-year buildup that we've been on up to this point. I'm very interested to see where they go from here. Obviously, that rolling right into episodes. We did a little bit of the first episode, the first week. It looks like we're going to get about what I saw, maybe 3 weeks of content. There's going to be a little bit of a break until Act 2 as far as story goes. I know, and I'm in agreement with this. Right now, the episodes were kind of sold to us as a different way they were going to deliver story to us and content. And right now, it seems like the general opinion on that is it really just seems like seasons still. We're doing a little bit. We're going to a vendor. We've got vendor rank, and it seems like very similar. I'm kind of hoping maybe in the next week and then into Act 2. I do like the acts. I do like how the artifact is going to morph, I guess, if you will, as each act goes live. But as far as like from a different standpoint from seasons, it really feels quite a bit similar so far. It's only week 2, I guess, right? But we'll have to see on that if it continues to feel that way. Curious what you guys think. Again, you can, on the YouTube video, obviously you can comment below, or you can shoot us an email at endmuser@gmail.com, or jump in the Discord and we can just chat all day long about this kind of stuff. But I know that's a quick summary on the final shape. So far I'm liking Pathfinder more than I thought. I really liked going to pick up bounties and kind of doing that thing. Pathfinder, I wasn't sure, but it's really kind of working so far. One thing I will say is like the matchmaking not being present with the Pale Heart like all other social spaces, or what am I trying to think of? Destinations like we've had in the past. Like there's no other guardians other than who's in your fire team. I don't know if they've talked about that. I haven't seen anything, but I just thought that was an interesting change, I guess, as far as that goes. But yeah, anyways, overall, I'm watching Bife's 10+ hour long lore video just because I like to watch the lore over and over again. There's some few beats on some seasons I feel like I want to watch, maybe that I didn't get fully up to speed on. So I'm still kind of working through that. I'm only like an hour in on a 10-hour long, a little bit over an hour on that 10-hour long lore video that he released. But anyways, yeah, let's move into Diablo 4. Any of you are playing Diablo 4 Season 4, I'm interested to know what you think about that. I've dabbled in a bit. I'm level like 20. I know it's Loot Reborn. I know it seems like some positive things are going for that community as far as quality of life stuff in the game, some of the reworks they've done, but I haven't really played it enough to be able to kind of give my opinion on the current state of Diablo 4. I would like to get into it more at some point, but with all the content in Destiny, and also we'll talk about Elden Ring here in a second. Like I don't know, I hope to get to Diablo 4 some more here before too long. But curious if you guys are playing it. What are you thinking about Diablo 4? How's it going right now? Let's see, Elden Ring. So I'm trying to balance like a quote unquote single player game as I play some of these live service games. Of course, we're playing Fortnite. That's kind of a constant for us, playing Minecraft with the kiddos and mixing in a little Roblox here and there. But I've never made it super far into Elden Ring. I've definitely put some time into it, but I like to slowly grind through games like that. And I'm not very far into that game. And I decided, of course, this is what I do. I'm jumping back into it. The DLC launches, if it hasn't already launched by the time you're hearing this. And it's getting great reviews. I'm obviously not going to be jumping into it. I'm not there yet. But I've started a new character. That's what I always usually end up doing. And I'm going to try and just kind of grind some Elden Ring, see how long I want to play that while I'm playing some of these other live service games. So if you guys are playing Elden Ring, send any spoiler-free noob tips my way, whether that's in the Discord or any comments section. Let me know. I think I did roll Samurai. I started my new character last night. So we're going to see how that goes. But having a good time with that so far. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Black Ops 6. I played Call of Duty a bit when I think Modern Warfare 2 came out. We played Warzone a bit, my buddies and I. But I haven't played it really much in a while. But Black Ops 6 did get my attention because of the Omni movement. That looks really cool. Like, it seems like a simple idea, and it's surprising we don't have it already, something like this. Other games, I kind of remember maybe some other games having something similar. But basically, I believe it's like you can prone into any direction. When you're on the ground, your character's not just moving around like while they're laying on their belly, like you think back on some old school games. You actually kind of like move around like you would actually in real life, roll around on your back or things like that. And I don't know, it just looked more interesting than I thought it was going to whenever I was watching that kind of dev diary on the Omni movement in Black Ops 6. So curious what you guys think about that. That looked pretty appealing. Going to kind of maybe keep an eye on that a bit. Warzone's always fun, but it's just a matter of fitting it in between everything else. There's so much to play these days, and the backlog is real. I don't know if you guys are experiencing that, but it seems like a lot of people are. So yeah, Omni movement, Black Ops 6. Next up, Astrobot. Looks like we're going to get a Astrobot sequel. I'm kind of excited about. I am excited about that. The kiddos really enjoy that game. Podcasts I listen to, they almost kind of relate it to the Mario of the PlayStation universe. They really kind of think it's Colin on Sacred Symbols. He kind of talks about how it would be nice if Sony or PlayStation had kind of like that Mario character, if you will. And Astrobot really seems to be one that's very possibly going to get that kind of traction. So excited to see more on that. That game's just fun to play. Next up, Xbox Game Showcase. We're not going to spend a ton of time on this. It seems like the overall reception of that showcase, which Xbox really kind of needed, was pretty positive overall. I will say, a lot of that stuff is coming out well down the road. And I mean, I don't know how, announcing a game 2 to 4 years before it comes out. 2 years maybe is one thing. Beyond 2 years, it always feels cool when like they announce a game like 6 months to a year before it's going to come out, or it's going to come out like the fall of that year. Always seems to work pretty well. But a decent amount of those games seemed like they were going to come out well down the road, but that's okay. Like for example, Gears, that trailer. My buddies and I text each other on that trailer. Man, that trailer, when the piano comes in towards the end, really hitting on some nostalgia there. It's obviously going to be kind of a prequel, which is exciting to kind of see what built up the things we've heard about to the first Gears game. So let us know what you think about that. Curious if you're a Gears fan, and we want to know kind of what your thoughts are there. Fable, I haven't actually watched too much on Fable, but I am excited. I played the Fables a little bit back in the day, but I would be interested if that series made a return. But yeah, curious. I know there was a lot more. There was a lot of games I know we talked about in our Discord that caught some people's eye. A lot of good stuff. So let us know what your thoughts were on the Xbox Game Showcase. Final thing, just a random little note here. PS5, I saw we posted in the Discord. It's finally getting Discord integration. It's like, how long has Xbox had it? So that should be coming here before too long. On an update for the PS5, which is good. But yeah, this is kind of it in a nutshell, guys. We're just going to talk a little bit about what we're playing, what we're doing, what's going on maybe in the gaming world a little bit, just in podcast format. We'll post it on the YouTube channel as well, just kind of as a static thumbnail will be the goal. And we'll kind of see how this pans out moving forward. This is episode 1, so we're going to trial some things a little bit. This will be on podcast feeds, will be the plan. And just to kind of have some communication back and forth, whether we've got YouTube videos going up or not. So definitely curious. Let us know what you're playing, how the backlog's going. Hope everything's great. Send us an email at endmuser@gmail.com, endmuser@gmail.com. And, we could potentially have it on the show, some questions, things like that, just like we used to do back in the Destiny Reset days. And jump in our Discord. Can't stress that enough. We got a lot of cool people in there. You'll have fun making new friends. It's just a positive place to hang out. We keep it salt-free, and it's just a good time to just talk about all the things. So, anyways, we hope you enjoyed this episode, the first episode of endmuser Gaming Podcast. Check out our YouTube channel. Check out our feeds. If you just go to endmuser.com, that will take you to our link tree with all things related to our community. So really appreciate it. Really appreciate all the support. And we hope you enjoyed it. As always, until next time, take care.